Welcome, brave souls, to the shadows of the unknown. I am your guide through the realm of horror and mystery. Prepare to be spellbound. I'm not going to explicitly confirm or deny the existence of an alien civilization, but it's worth noting that a portion of the evidence surrounding UFO abductions involves a fascinating interpretation of a spontaneous extraterrestrial encounter similar to biblical events. Times change, and so do the gods. While I believe in the likelihood of other civilizations, it's unlikely that they visit our living spaces as often as some might assume based on numerous accounts. Most people know about stories of individuals claiming to have encountered extraterrestrial beings. Some of these stories seem entirely made up, while others gain credibility through supporting details. Regardless, the stories I'm about to share have the ability to capture your imagination. Consider the case of Hill's wife and their famous abduction, a key event in ufology dating back to September 19, 1961. Betty and Barney Hill, returning from Canada to Portsmouth, noticed an unusual glow in the night sky and realized they were being pursued by an unidentified object. Barney, through binoculars, saw a disc-shaped UFO with wing-like appendages. An attempt to escape the bright object was accompanied by strange signals. The following 2 hours of that night remain a blank in their memories. Later investigations revealed that on the same night an unidentified flying object was detected at the Pisa Air Base, coincidentally in the same area as Hill's encounter. Nightmares troubled the couple, leading them to seek help at a psychiatric clinic where regression hypnosis was suggested. Under hypnosis, they recounted being stopped by humanoid figures with pear-shaped heads that night. The extraterrestrials took them aboard their ship, conducting mysterious experiments. Betty described encountering beings from another planet and being shown a star map depicting their occasional visitation spots, marked as dots and trade routes, indicated by solid lines. Betty, under hypnosis, reconstructed this intriguing star map from her memory. On a side note, Marjorie Fish, an astronomer from Ohio, invested considerable time but eventually pinpointed stars whose positions aligned with Betty's drawing. Now, let's fast forward to October 11, 1973, when 42-year-old Charles Hickson and 19-year-old Calvin Parker found themselves allegedly abducted by extraterrestrials while fishing along the Pascagoula River. A peculiar rustling sound and flickering lights in the sky preceded the appearance of an oval-shaped UFO, approximately 2.5 meters tall, hovering just a meter above the ground. A door-like structure opened, revealing 3 creatures that promptly pulled the men into the craft. Charles described the aliens as lacking mouths and eyes, with protrusions resembling spikes where human noses and ears would be. The creatures had claw-like hands and a small scanning ball inside. The ship examined the bodies of Charles and Calvin. The duo spent around 20 minutes on the craft before being returned. Upon recounting the incident to the local sheriff, their testimony was discreetly recorded on a hidden tape recorder. Understandably, the police were skeptical, prompting the victims to insist on undergoing lie detector tests. Charles successfully passed the test, with the polygraph operator expressing belief in their account. Now, let's delve into the mysterious disappearance of Travis Walden on the evening of November 5, 1975. A group of 7 forest workers, led by Michael Rogers, ventured into the Singers Forest near Snowflake. En route, they observed an unusual amber glow in the sky, a flashing disc-shaped light, 6 meters in diameter and 2.5 meters in height. Travis Alton, one of the workers, approached the flying saucer, only to be thrown back by a green-blue beam emitted by the object. Fearing the worst, Rogers hastily drove away, leaving Alton behind. Upon reaching Snowflake, the workers sought Sheriff Ellison's assistance. Despite deploying a search party and volunteers to the scene, Alton remained elusive, intensifying the mystery surrounding his disappearance. Facing suspicion from the police, the forest workers endured interrogations amid accusations of being responsible for Travis Alton's presumed demise. Despite intense questioning, no one confessed, and one worker even broke down in tears. Faced with skepticism, the witnesses voluntarily underwent lie detector tests, affirming the sincerity of their accounts. 5 days after his disappearance, Alton reappeared. His recollection was hazy, prompting sessions of regression hypnosis to piece together a more comprehensive narrative. According to Alton, on November 5th, he woke up in an enclosed space, urgently calling for help. 3 humanoid figures standing less than 1.5 meters tall responded. Sporting large heads, enormous eyes, and lipless mouths, they held an object in their hands. In a bid to escape, Alton threw the object at the aliens, losing consciousness in the process. Upon regaining awareness, he found himself in a different room with a window offering a view of the stars. Alton was then placed in another room, fitted with a mask, and enclosed in a disc-shaped object, once again losing consciousness. Subsequent lie detector tests yielded mixed results, with Alton failing the first attempt but passing the second, reinforcing the credibility of his account. Now, let's explore the case of Peter Cowrey's abduction. A typical Australian resident, Cowrey awoke one night in his own home, finding himself paralyzed and unable to move. Suddenly, 2 naked women, one blonde and the other brunette, materialized beside his bed. Initially, they merely observed him, but the blonde abruptly seized Peter's head, pressing it against her chest. Despite his attempts to break free, the woman's grip remained firm. In a last-ditch effort, Peter bit her ear, only to find she seemed impervious to pain. The only tangible evidence of this encounter was a long strand of white hair left on his chest. In March 1990, Nikolai Zhivov, a builder from Krasnoyarsk, encountered a being with blue faces that transported him in an unconventional vehicle. The next recollection he had was finding himself in an unfamiliar area, struggling to make his way home. 3 days post-incident, he began experiencing widespread bodily pain, prompting an X-ray diagnosis revealing foreign bodies resembling mercury. This substance reappeared in his body a month later, leading to 6 operations. Nikolai was eventually classified with the second group of disabilities and underwent a total of 24 operations to eliminate the mercury from his system. During the treatment, researchers examined the composition of the extracted mercury, along with biological cellular material, adjacent to the mercury inclusions, resulting in an intriguing material. In 1995, Nikolai Zhivov passed away. An alternative explanation revolves around the phenomenon of sleep paralysis. Approximately 40% of people experience sleep paralysis at least once in their lives, often accompanied by vivid and realistic dreams. Upon waking, individuals may remain paralyzed for a few seconds to 2 minutes. Some dream scenarios involve encounters with aliens. The intensity of these lifelike dreams and the subsequent paralysis can profoundly impact impressionable individuals, leading them to believe in abduction experiences. The veracity of the facts I've presented is ultimately open to your interpretation. However, the undeniable reality is the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations. Farewell. Don't forget to leave a like, but the journey through the shadows doesn't have to end here. If you dare to delve deeper, check out these tales. Join the mystery.